ado, let's go to Mount Tianheng. A new star approaches. The mysterious emissary, Ganyu, appeared before you at the third round knockout, claiming to have come at Guan's behest. She invited you to the sky-faring palace known as the Jade Chamber. To that end, you and Paimon have come to Mount Tianheng, from where you can see the Jade Chamber in the distance.
Today's recommendation, come take a look.
Looking forward to, we've got the appreciation stream on Friday. So we'll be starting about 3 hours earlier than now. A little bit over 3 hours earlier now. There's a dude there, we get distracted. There's a chest there as well. How distracted do I want to get? I mean, I need to go that way. Oh, look at all the crystals down here. You don't do much on talents, that's what requires on some characters ascending. The talents increase your output. So if you're struggling, like I know you've said you're struggling with some things, I would strongly suggest updating the talents, because those are your abilities. Like it's a big difference too. It's not small. If I was to go again, like if I go again on another, oh man, on Europe, I would be making sure that at least the top talent, which is the one related to this ability, was always maxed. Okay. And then I wouldn't ascend the world until... No, I probably still would ascend the world because you get more materials. So by not upgrading your talents, you're holding yourself back. You're making it take longer to get the other materials. So, like, specifically for regular, like, DPS, normal attack should be maxed. Probably in all your characters. Because unless you don't use it at all, like, for me, I use Barbara's ability so I can trigger the element with Lisa, right, and have the water electro combination. Right? Also, Barbara's heal is based off the output of that one. So by having Barbara do more damage off her auto attack, we do more healing to the other characters. You have a mixed range of levels on your talent on your main characters. Possibly. The E and Q ability, like, it's based on what you use, right? So the Q ability, even though it's strong, it's already strong.
That's the Jade Chamber.
Okay, so even though it's good to get that up higher, you probably don't need to raise it as quickly. But whatever your nuke is, whether it's just, if you're just spamming E or you're left clicking for the base attack, that should be maxed out. Like, that's just a straight up, it's like 4 or 5% extra damage each time you rank it up. And because once they rank up, that's across the board. So when you then ascend and level up again, you've already got that 5%. You don't have to redo the talents after you ascend. So you're just missing out by not doing that base level talent once. You've missed out on 5% for the entire time you've been playing. And then if you don't do it to level 3, that's another basically 5%, or whatever the jump is on that character.
This is bad. Paimon's supposed to be your guide, but Paimon doesn't know where the way up to the Jade Chamber is.
We should have asked that emissary.
Well, since we want to go to the Jade Chamber, heading to its location on the map is the sensible thing to do. Let's look around. There has to be a way up there nearby.
I think a lot of it too is not understanding how, like, not looking into how to get there quicker. Alright. So just for this one, to get it up, I need slime secretions. And I can go farm those, or I can make them. And straight up, if I have, like, I've just been making them. You know, you kill slimes when you do dailies and other stuff, and sometimes you get some of these, sometimes you get some of the lower level ones. Just make them, get them up there. This should be your guide whenever you're in a game like this and you don't know exactly what to do because game runs out of quests pretty quickly. It's how do I make my character stronger? And sometimes you can do that before you get to your next quest. You know, and if you can craft something, you craft it. Don't hold on to that material for something else. You know, and if you can't ascend yet, like I can't ascend yet. I need to be AR 40. And as much as I'd love to ascend as soon as I'm at 40, I'm spending that on this. Because it just makes it easier to farm up when I get to the next one. You know, the option of a lot of people do it. They'll be like, oh, I'm going to save this because then I can spend it on something big. It's like in the meantime, you're struggling to kill stuff, which drops the material that you're farming. If you just spent some of that now and make yourself stronger, then you can replace that really quickly. Because you can kill stuff quicker, or maybe you did it on something that, you know, is going to prevent you from dying. Usually having a good offense prevents you from dying pretty well, because instead of having to do a fight for 10 minutes, you can kill something in 2 minutes, and there's less chance of it hitting you because it only gets to attack for 2 minutes.
Hey, look! There's some sort of mechanism thingy. Since this is the right place, it must have something to do with the Jade Chamber.
Yep.
Yes, this must be the way.
Oh, I've got it in the group. Must have been doing something wrong.
With the wind!
I think that was the wrong button, but doesn't matter. Did the same thing. I just used his Q, didn't I? Hey. Whoop.
Wind blade!
Guess we go back to Liwei and ask the Millilith.
Huh? Why?
Well, that shouldn't be a secret.
Or... Oh, Paimon gets it! If it was a secret, Ganyu wouldn't have let us try to find it ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Alright, let's follow your plan. Then we can... Oh, hang on a moment. Look down there. Looks like we've gotten close to the Guizhong Ballista. Paimon has a new idea.
Are we going to fly on the ballista?
Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber using the ballista?
Do you really hate me that much?
No. Paimon may have just forgotten to think about the safety measures. Oh, that's right. Now that you mention it, we could use the Guizhong Ballista to see if there's another way up nearby.
Just for? That all that was in there? Oh, that's other stuff. Okay, good. Where is that? Actually, I should have just checked the map. Always check map. This is fine from here. There's a big dude over the hill here. I wonder if he wants any. He doesn't want anything.
I will protect you.
Is this safety measures? Like not getting shot out of the cannon.
I must leave no stone unturned. I'll catch up.
We did this. Oh, hang on. I could use. Oh, if I had dude's Q ability, I could have used that. I must have been. I think we've been here. I remember that.
Halt!
Halt. What?
Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Hello, what now? These are the wilds around Mount Tinang.
Exactly. What are you talking about? We're invited guests. What makes you think you can treat us like this? No. Wait. Maybe this was Ningguang's plan all along. She pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a Millilith ambush here to arrest us.
I haven't explained the invitation to them yet.
Now Paimon's mad! You! Over there! This is a trick, isn't it? How shameless!
What? We're just on guard duty. What do you mean, shameless?
What nonsense! Seize these suspicious intruders at once!
Well, here they come! Line them up and knock them down!
Let's spark things up a little.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Tactical retreat!
Yeah. Yeah.
To arms! Take the target alive!
Get, here. Go, Baron Bunny! Let it rain! Here.
Attack! Tactical retreat! With the triad! Take the target alive! Beaten. Who goes there? Attack!
Surrender and leave to...
I'll protect us!
Take the target alive! Take this! Attack blasted! Retreat!
Stop! What's all this about?
Lady Coaching, these two strange people suddenly appeared. They seem to have designs on the Guizhong Ballista.
Who are you calling strange?
You want to go to the Jade Chamber? Who are you?
We're invited guests here to look for the Liyue Qixing. Who are you?
Well, as it happens, I am one of the Liyue Qixing.
Oh,
I'm Kuching, the Yuheng of the Qixing. I know of you, traveler. You're Ningguang's guests, yes? Didn't expect to meet you here in the mountains.
wow. Paimon didn't think we'd meet some super rich big shot out here in the middle of nowhere either.
The Guizhong Ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair, and yet it was fixed in a single night. I came here to investigate that occurrence. These Millilith are just here to guard the scene, not to arrest anyone.
So this was all a misunderstanding? Paimon...
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair an Adepti mechanism is quite the mystery, even to the Qixing.
that was... Eh? Oh, right. So, Lady Yuheng, might you have any idea why Lady Tianquan invited us to go to the Jade Chamber?
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral stance. Or at least, to not wholly side with the Adepti.
We're not taking sides. We spoke with the Adepti. They want to protect Liyue as well.
When you say protect, you're referring to their sanctimonious arrogance, aren't you?
Huh?
You are mortals, and thus under their protection. There was no way they would have regarded you as someone with the ability to assassinate a god. Naturally, they would also regard Ningguang's locking down the area, questioning the citizenry, and pursuit of the assassin to be pointless work. Perhaps they even wonder if there might be a cover-up. I'll say it like it is. They're underestimating us.
Well, you've got a point there. Still, this is the first time Paimon's seen a person from Liyue who doesn't respect the gods or the Adepti.
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortals that has caused them to delay in moving against us, Qixing? Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. This skepticism is mine alone, and Ningguang does not share it. Either way, I will admit that the actions of the Adepti this time were quite restrained. Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary circumstance. But to think that they would call for a council of Adepti rather than come down here directly. How surprisingly civilized of them. Well, for Ningguang, she would talk anything and everything out if she could. But I doubt we can do that here. The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
Another super bold statement.
I'll stop here. Honestly, I hadn't intended to say so much. But you're a good listener, traveler. You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be late now. Ningguang's schedule is packed to the gills all the way till next year. The cream of Liyue's mercantile crop all see ascending to the Jade Chamber as the greatest honor. Each brings rich gifts as they visit, all to curry a little favor with Ningguang.
Favor? But... Wait, that's right! Greeting gifts are a staple of Liyue's culture. We need to get one. Not to curry favor or anything, just to respect Liyue's culture.
We'll need to find some gifts.
All right. You can decide on your greeting gift yourselves. Let me tell you how to get to the Jade Chamber first. You didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Go back to Liyue Harbor. Find a guide at the Yuehai Pavilion, and... well then. May we
you
meet
listen as
again,
Kaching
traveler.
explains the correct path.
Well, that Yuheng may not respect the gods, but Paimon thinks she's a pretty cool person.
Yeah, she made a good impression on me too.
So, what should we give to Ningguang when we see her? Oh,
A gift.
right! Paimon dreamed of an amazing snack last night. Sugar-frosted slime! Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect for a super rich person like Ningguang. Why don't we go with that for a gift?
Do you have a recipe?
Nope. But Paimon's sure that we just need to make it with some boom shakalaka. Let's go gather ingredients.
Boom
Time waits for
shakalaka.
no one, and neither will our riches.
Oh man, NBA Jam was great. Wait, what are we doing down there? Look for Paimon's ingredients? Okay. Sidetrack chest? No. No sidetrack. Come back, Valkyrie.
Ooh, look at that slime. It looks crystal clear and very delicious.
Oh, it's shooting at me.
That's the one.
You're in for a little shock.
It's gonna need slimes. Now where'd that Sealy go? I need to get giant slime. Slime. Tasty slime concentrate. Condensate?
Huh? Is it just Paimon? Or is there a sweet fragrance in the air? Huh? Did you hear that?
Sounded like someone calling for help.
It seemed like it came from those ruins over there. Uh-oh. It looks like the treasure hoarders have locked someone inside.
These guys are jerks. Like, they're just straight up jerks.
There's no end to this.
Don't be such a brute.
You're open.
Surrender and I'll be gentle.
I'll protect us!
There you go, man.
Thank you for your help, kind travelers. If you hadn't come to my aid, I surely would have rotted in this cell. Those treasure hoarders. When their mood was good, they'd rearrange those pots of sweet flowers. When they were in a bad mood, they'd rearrange my face.
I'd rearrange my face.
It was nothing. No need to thank us all at once or anything.
I understand. Don't worry. I will compensate you both.
Only do.
Don't say that. I only escaped this predicament because of you. I'm Meng Dan, a supplier for Mingxing Jewelry in Liyue Harbor.
Oh, that's convenient.
I often walk around these mountains in search of antiques. I never expected that those treasure hoarders would have their eyes on the same ruins that I had. Before I knew it, they'd caught and imprisoned me. Is there anything that you lack? Antiques, treasure, various
Yeah, I need
knickknacks,
something
you
for
name
Ning
it.
Wan.
Wait
Well,
a moment. Actually, we are looking for something.
oh? And what
excuse
might
me.
that be?
Do you have a box that can store presents? We'd like a pretty one. The kind that you can use to store snacks.
Of course we do. How can one sell antiques without gift boxes? At Mingxing Jewelry, we have the best gift wrapping service in the 7 nations. Now just give me a moment and I'll let the boss know. You can go see her whenever you require that box.
Oh, that's perfect.
Great! Paimon
He gets to give us
sugar-frosted
something and
slime
feel
now
like he
comes in a
paid us,
beautiful
and we get an
package.
awesome gift wrapping box. And it doesn't cost him too much. Or like some really powerful antique weapon would have been okay too. Don't we still need to make the sweet things though, right? I guess Paimon's happy with just just killing a big slime.
Why not keep me company for a while?
Hello, Xingxi.
Hey there! A guy called Meng Dan told us that we could get a nice and shiny box from your store.
Uncle Meng already told me about it. Thank you both for saving him.
You're welcome.
Many of the best goods in our store were found by Uncle Meng. If anything were to happen to him, it would be impossible for us to continue doing business. Here, this container is itself an antique, with at least 140 years of history. It's already been cleaned. Will it do?
Yep. It's great! Hang on a moment. Could we borrow one other thing?
Sure, please help yourselves, as long as it's on our shelves.
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we
She
use
picks
an
the biggest
antique
thing in
as
the
our
store.
mixing bowl, we should be able to make a great snack. It's done! The one and only
Oh, okay.
sugar-frosted
I thought she was
slime.
looking at the.
Carefully
I didn't even
now.
see that through
Into
when
the
the
box it
camera
goes
was behind
and
us.
dust it over with a bit more powdered sugar.
Oh, yes. You might want to use these 2 freshly picked flowers as decorations, too.
I thought she was talking about this.
Woohoo! It looks beautiful!
Oh, that's the box. Okay. Yeah. Still not sold on this gift idea.
Great! Now that we've put all that we've got into this box, let's go to the Jade Chamber to see Ningguang.
Achievement complete. Icing on the slime. There's a lot. Okay, we're getting there. Like, we don't have to scroll down too far to get to the bottom of those. Have I finished any categories? 1. Challenger Series 1. Okay. That's the only one I got. We're really close on that. Where's Challenger Series 2? Oh, it's there. Okay. Alright, find a guide.
psychology.
Yeah, also the pot Paimon was talking about was, I think, had something to do with the cooking. Whereas this had nothing to do with the cooking. Like the red box, it was what it was going in.
According to Kuching, this is what we should say.
What is it? Secret code?
Excuse me, do you sell the moon here?
Yeah, do you sell the moon here?
Yes. How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of numbers here.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber. Yes, speaking of which, are you two the guests that Lady Ningguang has arranged to meet with today?
Yes, we are.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests, but for the Yuheng. What's going on here?
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joyun Karst.
Who?
It's Ningguang. Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift. I hope you like it.
Oh, for me. You have my thanks. It seems that I have made things difficult for you, considering that you were supposed to be my guests.
Oh no, it's nothing.
It's my first time coming to a place this high up.
This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage point, one may survey all of Liyue. I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared no effort in hiring the best craftsmen to constantly extend it. At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to blot out the moon in the skies above Liyue. One day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations.
Does not lack for ambition.
Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius,
Jean.
who spoke
is
highly
Jean?
of you. As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since you reached Liyue.
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu Inn.
Wait, was Vergoldet one of your people?
Just Vergoldet? No. Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours.
That's funny. We also ran into the Yuheng not long ago.
At the Guizhang Ballista, yes?
Yes.
You weren't peeking on us from the skies the whole time, were you?
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult from this altitude. Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be natural to take an interest.
Ching said the Qixing would not wish ill on Rex Lapis.
Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. The reason I invited you here was to clear up some misunderstandings. I believe that you've heard of the Archon War.
Only in the broadest of strokes.
Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago. Much blood was shed, and many lives were lost. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Teyvat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished,
Okay, 7.
and thus began the era of the 7.
Of the 7, yeah. Cool.
You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are giant spears of rock hurled by Rex Lapis during the war. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Liyue, but the Order of the 7 will not collapse simply because of that. Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, the relationship between the people of Liyue and the gods and Adepti will surely be different from before. Even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part in his demise? Of lacking the foresight to see the certain repercussions? That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. You were there, you no doubt saw. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, they will surely gain the upper hand. Hiding the Exuvio was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back, to play the spider while our foes scurry about.
Who's this enemy you're talking about?
What do you think, Traveler?
Huh? What are you two talking about?
Well answered. The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong. Our preparations to receive guests within are complete, so please, this way.
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Be at ease, you two. Make yourselves at home if you wish.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to play, our enjoyment comes first. Naturally.
Ooh! Isn't this that legendary wall?
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's after a piece of paper from that wall. It's super famous.
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have always been attracted to secrets. But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, traveler? You're rather special, really, and I think you're quite aware of that. If possible, I'd like to have your trust. But if you were to choose the more trustworthy person between myself and Kuching... You'd pick Kuching? Nah, I had a feeling. I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Qixing, I've had some extra messes to clean up behind the scenes. But after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue? Well, I must say that quite a few of my doubts have been dispelled. I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But for Liyue's sake, we cannot allow ourselves to be shackled by rumors of our usurpation of power. Indeed. It seems that you understood what I meant to say from the very beginning. I called for the gag order and for the exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation, and also to prevent something similar to the incident in Mondstadt. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit. As the Tianquan, one responsible for Liyue, I cannot be too concerned with appearances when opposing them. Allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control of Liyue's administration.
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only provided the venue for the rite so they could use us for their own ends. Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I say one other thing?
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return. So, does that include us?
It's all right. I like direct people. Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this?
Yeah.
You can
I was
pick
laughing at
any one
Paimon.
object here as you please. And you may take it with you.
Yay! Paimon was just waiting for you to say that. Let's see, what should we get? One of the sheets on that wall.
Really, Paimon?
Don't look at Paimon like that. One of these sheets of paper will sell for crazy prices, even if it's only as large as Paimon's fingernail. Just imagine how much more a whole untorn sheet would sell for. Let's grab one, the biggest one.
Pick a piece of paper. Okay, so we have someone invite us as guests. Then we find out we're being invited up as slightly better than guests. And then she says she wants to be our friend and let us play with her, or something like that. And then she wants to give us a gift. Yeah, and Paimon's like, I'm going to take the biggest, most expensive thing and sell it. That's not what you do with gifts. But, you know, if we have to, the game's making me. I'm being over-tutorialized, so I guess we take this big piece of paper and sell it.
Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the most obvious spot. Let's go with that one.
Turns out that Paimon's also, like, the dumbest character. So instead of taking something that's actually worth something, she's taking a map that has something circled.
La 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 la. Let's see what's written on it. Huh? there's a place marked with a circle on here. Oh, could it be treasure? Whatever it is, it better make us filthy rich. Let's see what's written over here. Sigil of permission, something, Fatui, research, copy. Huh? Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure at all. This piece of paper shows that a Qixing spy discovered traces of classified Fatui research on the Sigil of Permission. Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds of mischief in the shadows of Liyue. Spreading rumors, wanting to get their hands on the Archon's body and whatnot. But research on the Sigil of Permission? Paimon wonders what they're up to. Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of Permission. Seems there's still more for us to find out.
Yeah, it's a little too perfect. Ningguang is clearly trying. Wow, unless it's a planted piece of paper. Maybe she knew that when she offered us a gift, we'd be greedy and take the big piece of paper.
Oh, you really think so? Well, should we not go then?
I mean, we should still go there.
Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't completely trust Ningguang that we should confirm the truth of what she says for ourselves.
Yeah.
That's way out of Paimon's league. Paimon thinks she's been nothing but good to us. Anyway, we'll see if you're onto something. Before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out on these papers and see if the Fatui really are up to no good there.
Paimon's easier to butter than toast, yeah. Yeah, adventure rank 28. Let's have another look at the wall. See, now, if we were really five-head, right? Since we're here, this is what you'd do, right? And now we can sell it to multiple people in a new way.
Anything business related is confidential.
He's swimming in Mora. Like regular Scrooge McDuck. Oh, that means we can buy that. Means I can claim a key. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then when we get to 40, we can just do those. Nice. Okay.
It's nearly time for afternoon tea.
Really tea time? Oh man. Tea time with Lisa? Or
Sorry. Anything business related
or playtime with
confidential.
Ningguang. There needs to be a teleporter up here.
This gives good market insight.
Are you alright? Where did you come from? Very rude to sneak up on people like that. I'm picking out clothes for Lady Ningguang. You were drooling. Oh wait, I practically worship Lady Ningguang. You worship her in what way? Intellectually, spiritually, or... Hey, woo! Yeah, she was drooling. How do I get up there? I need to get up there.
Lady Ningguang looks stunning today.
Hello. I'm Lady Ningguang's secretary. You can call me Lady Ningguang's secretary. The Jade Chamber. It's where we hold court, gathers information, makes important decisions. Reno matter in leeway, great or small. Can't oversee. Rumor escape is our eyes. Forgive me being able to say more. Alright, let's try the exhaust dialogue. I do for you. Hello. Lady Ningguang's one of the leeway Xixing. She oversees all the leeway and its trade. Forgive me for not being able to say more. I have the utmost respect, Lady Ningguang. You're indeed rare and honest sort. Cut from a different cloth from these honey-tongued merchants, greedy from the smallest scrap of information. Yeah, I just took the biggest piece of paper off the board. I don't need a small scrap. Path to Riches is actually quite simple. Spent a lot of time by Lady Ningguang's side and learned some secrets here and there. How about this? Here are some nuggets of wisdom on the subject of gold. It's my own personal guidance rather than Lady Ningguang's per se, but maybe it'll still bring fortune and prosperity your way. Guide to gold? What are these things that people just gave us? Meadows of Gem. I'm not reading that. Can't make me. Huge bag of Mora. Wait, shouldn't that be part of our why doesn't that count as part of our Mora? Where's our guide to gold gone?
Is confidential.
Today's no good for going out.
Oh.
Stunning today.
Oh, the bag can be returned at the bank. Oh, that's right. I know the bank. How do I get out up the top? Is one of the doors? Oh, not that one. Can't fast travel to the top though. Oh, I don't need to actually... Okay. I'm trying to work out because it's got the waypoint here being like just outside. But obviously that's like a in-between waypoint. That's thrown me a few times where you have the waypoint on the map doesn't line up with... It's only when you're inside buildings and stuff though and you need to use an external exit. No, you're supposed to climb. Why would you slide? Just climb. Dang it.
Ready when you are.
It's nearly time for a...
There really were Fatui at the location written down on this piece of paper. And they look really mad at us, too.
Really?
Let's end this quickly.
I didn't switch to fire.
I'll catch up.
Let's not waste time.
Let it rain.
Not worth it. Guy swapped him in that team and didn't put that team out or something. I wonder if I can just shoot from here. Ah, it's just like Skyrim. Wait, you don't have to be on the
That's cheating.
It's time for a flash. Let's end this quickly.
Yeah, that is brutal.
Come a little closer.
That's so brutal.
Let's dance.
Take out you first.
Come a little closer. Don't be such a brute. You're in for a little shock.
Dodge this!
He's dead. He gets one shot because I go and level up because I don't play him.
Unexpected.
He's purely there for that enemy. However, he needs to hit him twice and gets one shot. So I've got to not get hit. However, the patrolling, the other one that was there, the third is gone, so we're down to just, so it's 2v1.
Let's not waste time.
And yeah, just chase me past.
Dodge this! Dodge this!
This is bad.
Wait.
You? Get here. Get.
There we go.
Yes.
Hit.
This is it. Frozen descent.
Get him!
Frozen. Ow. Oh no.
Bet you can't keep up with...
You're not going anywhere.
Bet you can't keep up with me!
Flash Frost. Freshness preserved. Frozen descent.
Bet you can't keep up with me!
Chill to the bone cooked food. Disgusting.
Bet you can't keep up with me!
Cannot configure the party while out of combat, because you're in combat?
There's still a long road ahead.
Get him!
Windblade!
Is there a third one around, maybe?
evidence here. And some stacks of blank paper, too. What are they for?
I'm copying the pattern on the talisman.
I haven't seen this pattern before. But where? Oh, Paimon knows! It looks just like the sigil of permission the child gave you. But how did a relic of the Adepti end up in the hands of someone like Child? Suspicious. Oh, that's right. Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord of Geo created the Sigil of Permission, it wasn't to be used as some old relic. Talismans like that were once used in the Archon War to channel divine powers. Maybe the Fatui are copying the Sigil of Permission in hopes of achieving a similar effect. Being able to channel divine power in battle? Whew, that sounds pretty dangerous.
Or maybe paper's only a snippet of a bigger plan.
And the plot thickens. We'll need to keep an eye on Child, that's for sure. Alright, that's enough sticking around here. We gotta go meet up with Zhang Li soon. The last stop on our rite of parting preparations tour is Dihua Marsh. Let's go! Paimon hates being late.
Yeah, it's a short run across the plains, not too bad.
Go, Barbara, go!
How's the thing? Hey, do I have dudes? No. Oh, hang on. Oh, you get to be useful. Hey, Traveler's useful.
Right on time. I myself only arrived moments ago. Did you enjoy your visit to the Jade Chamber?
It was so big and pretty and expensive. Paimon's never seen such a fancy schmancy place before.
Indeed. It's second to none in all of Liyue. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust? What did you talk about with her?
She's super rich and so generous. Paimon thinks she's very friendly.
Business people are always friendly when it suits their interests.
Yeah, his take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. He thinks that even the tactless Yuheng is more trustworthy than her.
Oh, so you also met with Keqing then? What did she have to say?
She said the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
No respect for the divine. Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Keqing, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart, though they are both members of the Qixing. Although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions.
Ningguang is intelligent.
Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise to her current position. No ordinary person could ever achieve that. It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing to her. Even if she ever gave up the position of Tianquan, She would never give up the Jade Chamber.
The Jade Chamber is only second. What's the most important thing to her then?
Why, Mora, of course.
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink their fingers into Liyue, and that they aren't to be trusted.
That is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise me in the least.
And now they're trying to reproduce the Sigil of Permission.
No matter what they may be planning, you must be careful when dealing with the Fatui. Always be on your guard.
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of parting in Dihua Marsh?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. Today, we'll be gathering wild glaze lilies.
Glaze lilies? But why did we come all the way out here? Doesn't the garden in Yujing Terrace have some? Even Qingse Village has glaze lilies. Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is always tending to flowers. Maybe we could ask her.
No. Those lilies have all been gardened by people. They won't do it all. Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of joyful flower that listens to human song. Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. But the war caused landslides, and the land was flooded, turning it into the marsh you see now. Nearly all the glaze lilies were wiped out. Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the city. But very few people know that glaze lilies may still be found in the wild. Wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition of the rite of parting, we must grind up the wild lilies and place the powder in a censer of everlasting incense. But I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers.
You mean you need me to pick them?
No, I need you to sing to them. Singing to the flowers will make them more fragrant.
So how good is your singing?
I'm a pro.
Really? Why doesn't Paimon believe you?
We'll only know once he starts singing.
Alright, where's the lilies? Yeah.
It's time to sing, whenever you're ready.
Ahem, hem.
Da 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 da.
Sings Barbara's tune. Love it.
What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand
Rip low-level
clearly?
traveler.
Maybe I wasn't meant for this world.
Whoa, hang on. Change character.
Going out is tiring.
Cannot switch character now?
Go, Baron Bunny! Bet you can't keep up with me! Bet you can't keep up with me!
My machine gun is devastating.
Get him! the show begins! Yeah! Go, Barbara, go!
Where is it? Yeah. One down.
Go, Barbara, go! No one escapes my sights! Get him!
Yeah, they're pretty tough.
Go, go, Baron Bunny!
They're, when they lean forward and start shooting, that's devastating. But they stun easy, which would be fine if Lisa wasn't dead. I think that's cool. Man.
Bet you can't keep up with me!
That was terrible.
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
Those flowers put up quite a fight.
This little monster is known as a whopper flower. Strange. These petals look interesting. The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper
I
flower
prefer
for
the
too
whopper
long.
with cheese.
The result seems to have surprisingly potent medicinal value. Let's collect what we can of these petals.
Well, that's nice and all, but will those petals be useful for the rite of
Occasionally
party?
the angry whopper when it comes out.
Unfortunately,
You know, the onion
no.
rings and jalapenos.
That's so lame.
Excuse me. Are you searching for glaze lilies?
Oh, hey, it's... What's her face? Kinda can't
Ganyu.
remember.
Hello, traveler. I'm surprised you still remember my name.
Yeah.
That reminds me.
I mean,
How
I'm not
was your
embarrassed
visit to the
admit
Jade
it's not really
Chamber?
a name that I remember.
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get up there.
Didn't I tell you the
Something
way?
about those horns, right?
Surely I did.
Nope, we found the way on our own.
Hey, Wolfies, how you doing?
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget to tell them.
Huh. Something seems a little off about Ganyu. She's acting different from the first time we met. Where's her serious attitude now?
Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan. But now, I am simply out on a stroll to see the flowers.
You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the gardens of the city?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those lonely gardens now, I wouldn't be able to bear it. Whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days, I draw the windows to block my view of the gardens.
Aww.
Oh, sorry. We shouldn't have brought it up.
No, it's quite all right. I just haven't processed my emotions yet. When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those original 7 had already passed before Rex Lapis. It's truly a changing of the guard.
Hang on. So 5 are gone. Rex was 6. Does that make wait. But there was there's 2 at the moment, right? What's his face? Who's the green dude? Barbados? Tone Deaf Bard. And wasn't there the one that who was the no, what's her name?
Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only
And he's
Barbados
venting.
of Mondstadt
The one that
remains
stole
of the
the
first
stuff off
7.
him.
The other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago. Of the current 7 Archons,
Oh, they
the
got
youngest
replaced.
is Sumeru's god of Dendro. He is merely 500 years old, whereas Rex Lapis was more than 6,000 years old at the time of his passing. This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago. The city has never had to bid farewell to its deity.
So what do you think of this farewell?
Huh? This is a little sudden. As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine a Liyue without Rex Lapis. But as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality. Since Rex Lapis has passed, the time of Liyue's contract with the gods and Adepti has now reached its end.
Huh? Did you just say, as an Adeptus?
Yes, I am a mix of human and Chilean. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. I fought for Rex Lapis and the city of Liyue during the Archon War. After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this very day.
You're half Keelan, that explains the horns. Or, so you're how old? That explains the forgetfulness? Let's not take the route.
Well, let's save that conversation for another day. You say that you are here looking for glaze lilies? I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found. See, I've just picked one myself. Here,
Do we
you
find
may
out who
have
her
it if you
parents are?
wish.
We dare not refuse it.
Oh, so did you sing a song before you picked the lily?
Indeed,
It's gonna
I
be half
did.
one god, one.
I know
Hello,
this tradition
Peppa.
well.
Would you like a treat?
In fact, I sang a local Liyue ballad to it.
Sit.
Wow, so you
Sit.
really know your stuff, too. Thanks, Gunyu.
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, I never thought that I would be able to contribute to the upcoming farewell for our ancient lord. If you would excuse me, I should return to my work now. Good luck.
And
Later,
that
Ganyu.
just about does it. Our preparations for the rite of parting are mostly finished. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a fitting end to our tasks, in more ways than one.
Suddenly, you seem suited to working in agricultural development.
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a business in Liyue.
I've had enough ventures in my life already. Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, and requires no small amount of effort. And once business is at full steam, the stress of it all only wears away at you over time. So you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself. If left unchecked, the wear and tear on your heart may go well past mending.
Wow. See? Zhongli sounds like he's already seen it all. Alright, I think it's about time we head back to Liyue Harbor now.
Oh, Chloe's getting big. She's already bigger than Pepper.
I'll race you there.
They're still dead. Should revive the girls.
Bet you
There better
can't
be a
keep up
fight.
with me. Huh? What happened? The city gate is swarming with Millilith and the Fatui?
This atmosphere is highly abnormal. It seems as though something big has happened. We should ask around a little, just to be safe.
We should res the team and get rid of Traveler so I can get the 25% damage buff. Just in case it turns into combat and I'm left there with no elemental combo. And my main DPS dead. Is that another achievement? Ooh, okay, we've only got one off the screen there. Alright.
Jean will be upset if she catches us lazy.
Why are you in that one?
I'll bring my seasonings.
Alright, you'll just bring your 25% damage buff, please. Nice. What's up, Felix?
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Mr. Zhongli, I presume. The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times. We mustn't act rashly.
Desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like they're attempting to stall the Adepti outside the city. However, both sides were quite obstinate and hit an impasse.
It seems inevitable, given the current situation.
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor will be in no position to stop them.
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the sort to give in so easily.
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands. Yet it's because of that obstinacy that mortals and Adepti are now on the verge of conflict.
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have come under fire?
That's all Ningguang's doing. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of the Fatui. Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing for you. Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us. Don't let anyone catch you off guard.
That's true.
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Yeah, we can't just stand by and watch.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between both sides? Or will you use your sword to turn the balance? Neither path is an easy one.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring off with the authorities at the gates.
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. I hope that Master Hu has been able to keep things under control for the moment. Consider your next course of action carefully, Traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it may be wisest to look for the fuse first.
Having connections with the
Not a
Fatui
problem.
seems to be quite the double-edged sword. So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse?
That ginger guy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city turned upside down, it's definitely him. He must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching to do something really bad. But where could we find him now? Where would he go at a time like this?
Only one place he would go. Oh, up the hill. Oh, we can claim, we ranked up while we were doing this. We'll get the rewards later.
I'll race you there.
Gotta remember to get the rewards. Golden House. That was in the battle pass. The can we pet the dog? Game literally unplayable. I do not know what happens now. It's my first time playing.
I'll race you there.
Should have just walked up the footpath, Panz. The zones are really cool. I mean, a lot of effort put in the world. Do I have to take you? There you go.
Wow! This is the Golden House? It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside? And so full of Mora. This is where all of Teyvat's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing.
Touch a single more and we're done for.
Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky, tricky. Good thing Paimon's got you here. But even if we can't take any, we can still have a closer look, right?
Why would you want
Or
it?
better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. It's like a dream come true.
Something's wrong.
Oh, right.
It's a trap.
Back to business. It's quiet. Too quiet. Surely someone's gotta be guarding something as important as the Exuvia. Huh? Look! What happened here?
Been knocked unconscious.
Uh-oh. Paimon smells trouble. Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right.
What was the Exuvia again? It was a long time ago.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way.
Hey, ginger guy. How did you find out it was here?
Where should I start? Well, I've never been one to beat around the bush, you know. But who could have possibly guessed that the god of Geo would mysteriously perish the very moment I arrived in Liyue, and that the Exuvia would subsequently be hidden away? If it weren't for that lovely little rite of parting ceremony you put together, it would have taken me a whole lot longer to get the information I needed. Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing with you. The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was accomplished. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a Harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong opponents.
Okay.
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of battle. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway, because if you ask me, without that, what else is there?
I could never defeat you. You're completely delusional. Or we are. One of the two.
Fighting talk, I love it! Now let's see you live up to it. This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. How unbecome. Cowering already? Not bad, not bad.
Don't be such a brute.
Guess I should take you more seriously. Haha, good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. No use hiding back there.
No one escapes my sight!
Don't be such a brute.
Oh, don't kill her.
Go, Barbara!
Come in.
Raging tide.
Go, go, Vixen! I'll protect her!
Get wrecked, idiot.
Not bad.
Wait,
your swordsmanship is quite
That's not what
impressive.
happened.
But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! Huh? I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
Tartaglia.
Not bad. But
Hey, baby dragon.
this is going to cost you! Yeah!
I like my Tartaglia with nice mushroom sauce, maybe some chicken. You have a question? Ask away. Geo or Animo Traveler? Does it matter? You leave them at home anyway and take 4 of the real heroes.
Let the show begin!
You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis
Traveler is
over
going to be the
now.
best character? Well, then when he is, I'll make a decision. Until then, I'm going to take
We didn't take it!
someone else. Oh.
Let the show begin! Go, go, Baron!
Come on, get closer.
Going out
Wow.
is tiring.
That's going to be a tough fight. I like it. What a pain in the butt. I think the having to go to a 7 statue to res is just a waste of time. How long the waypoint device? I got that with my Mondstadt rep the other day. If you make one, how long does it stay up for? A week? Oh, that could be worth waking just to just to put it at that doorstep. I should be able to travel to the doorstep. Ah. Oh. Domain of... It's a domain after the... It was a domain when I went there. Like, I just had to exit domain, but yeah, like you said, maybe post-story you get fast travel. becomes weekly like Stormterror and Wolf. That'd be nice. That'd be cool. But yeah, it definitely feels... Especially if it is a tough fight and you're likely to lose characters, right? Because you're trying to learn the fight. It's bad enough in a domain you have to exit the domain and then go on res. The res should just be there. You should just be able to quit the challenge and it puts all your characters back to the way they were. Like just put them back at full health at the start of the domain again. You can just use food. Yeah, and then it goes on cooldown. Wait, do I have to do all 3 phases of Child, or do I get to go into the actual fight? I'm gonna have to do the first 2 phases. Oh my god.
Wow! It looked impressive enough from the outside.
Oh, really?
This is where all of Teyvat's Mora is so it's a trap, but even if we can't take, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. Oh, right. Back to business. It's quiet. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Quick! We have to go make sure that the...
It's not worth it.
Go, Barbara, go!
You've already fulfilled your task as guides.
Skip everything. Skip everything.
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way.
Get out. Just stop
Although,
talking
don't you
and
think
fight,
that trying
please.
to stop?
So you've been planning...
As one of
It's bad enough that anytime you talk to a vendor,
desires.
accidentally, it takes you 30 seconds to stop talking to them, and it
I'm
takes
not
you even
at the
longer if
time
you
for
actually want to use their
discussion either
services.
way. The battle.
Battle?
You... When
Well, the fact that it's quicker that if I want to craft something,
but as
or
for me,
if I want to like ascend, I need to know what I need to craft.
Besides,
It's literally quicker for me to go to another room
even in
and
your
find a pen
wildest
and
dreams.
paper,
But hey,
come back and
try
write
to relish
it down
the fight
what I
anyway.
need,
Because
so
if
that
you
I
ask
don't have
me,
to go back and forth
without
between
that,
the crafting menu and
what
the
else
ascension
is
menu.
there? Fighting talk, I love. This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come
Not
now,
being able to just
amuse
straight
me,
up skip
and don't you
cutscenes.
dare disappoint.
So much player disrespect.
Ouchie! Let the show go, Barbara, go! Yeah.
So quick to flee.
Don't be such a
Cowering already? Celestial Voyager!
Oh, protect us! Yeah! Oh no!
How unbecoming. You're making progress.
My.
Guess I should take you more seriously. Haha, good. No wonder Senora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. Raging Tide.
Go, Barbara, go! Let's dance!
All you do is run. No use hiding back there. Something else catch your eye?
Go, Bubber, go! Yeah, yeah!
Crush you!
Oh no! Let's dance! Ouchie! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Gotcha.
Let the show begin! Yeah! 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 Go, Bubber, go!
No use hiding back there.
Go, Bubber, go! Ow! Yeah!
Gotcha.
Yeah! Oh no!
Come on.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get.
Is there a skip cutscenes mod you can get online? Do you have to pay for it? Hey, else does. I'd pay for that. I'd actually give them cold hard money for a can skip cutscenes.
Didn't think you had
escape button.
that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! Huh? I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You...
Do you have all this
beat
stuff
me
when you
to
do it as a
didn't
weekly
you?
fight? No? Do you have any of it? It picks up with it, so you don't even have to do the first two phases. Maybe I should have just, instead of quitting out last time, maybe I should have just let him kill me. Maybe we would have come in at this point.
Not bad. But this is going to cost you! Yeah!
Oh, okay. Wow. I really hope I win this fight because I'm not attempting it a second time. I mean, if he's not going to do anything. So about that local sports team.
Let the show begin!
Ready, Barbs?
You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now. Don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it!
Don't change nothing. Sit as Barbara. But
Die.
Go, Barbara, go! Let's dance! Yeah! Go, Barbara, go! Come on, we can do it!
that ability seems a bit rough.
I'll protect us! Yeah! Yeah!
An unfortunate matchup. I have tiny little anime girls, and he's a huge
Go, Barbara, go!
like demon lord.
Yeah!
I think that was bound to happen. got a resistance to Electron Hydra.
Die here.
Go, Baron!
Dull.
Oh, protect us! Oh no!
Is there any way to sort of read that one? Because you can kind of read the one from the previous fight where he does it to you. Like, he disappears and you can dodge away. Hey baby, take you a ride. Because that one feels like, unless you just, I don't know, you know how to count the number of, like, to a certain number, that one's going to wreck you.
Oh, protect us!
You don't even see it? How come you don't see it? Or you just get hit by it. You kill him too fast.
Go, Barbara, go!
Die here.
Dull.
Alright, I don't think you have to worry about that, baby tag. Oh, maybe. I mean... Wow, he's taken a lot of... He takes a lot more physical damage, hey?
Go, Barbara, go!
It's not actually that bad a fight. It's just seeing in the mechanics enough to sort of recognize the wind up move and like where it's gonna go. And then once you think you've seen enough of them, you can sort of, you just know how to respond. You can get in there. See, I didn't have any problem with Phase 2 the first time I fought him, but I felt it on that fight then, the Phase 2. Get wrecked, idiot.
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then,
I
time to
mostly
cool
heal
off.
tanked through it. Yeah.
It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you! We didn't take it!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend, even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this. I absolutely detest working with those who are weaker than I. The truth is, the world belongs to those of us who desire to become strong. I seldom willingly mingle with any dull and boring weaklings who think otherwise. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its deity, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Yeah, muted.
Hey, those are sigils of permission! Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Yeah, so what I don't get, you know how in a movie where, let's go like the, Austin Powers is the best example of it. He's captured, and the bad guys, instead of just shooting him in the head, has a stupid, intricate plan that's going to take too long and allow them to escape or be rescued. And for some reason, because it's a movie, the bad guy will stand there and tell them what they're going to do. And we kind of go, okay, yeah, sure, maybe the bad guy's just having a bit of fun with it, and his plane's not ready yet, so he can't leave. So he's going to, at least converse with the person he's captured, because there's that sort of respect for arch nemesis type deal. I get that a little bit. But we've just beaten this guy's ass, and he just went and told us everything he's worked out and what he's going to do next before he's done it, while we're still standing in front of him. Like, it makes no sense to have had that conversation we just had.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing. Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on?
That looks cool.
exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Liyue yet, has it?
What are you doing here?
What's up, Shell?
Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Qixing. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary. So will the power of the Qixing, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... not necessarily.
What? But all of you are supposed to be the Guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Qixing did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Yep.
Tui.
They're attacking the Guizhong Ballista!
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness.
I'm not getting loot. I have to fight for 6 minutes.
Looks like I went too far.
What is that?
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Oh, don't get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
No escape! I'll race you there!
Those guys are starting to be tough.
There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
Can't have fast.
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Cars! Wow, it's Madame Pink's shockwave! This grady's really strong!
Wait, am I bypassing their shield?
Go, Rubber, go! Heep, deep. Hup, hup. Heep, here. Heep. Hup.
I'm getting buffs there.
Heep.
Looks like I...
So apart from going AFK then, is there any way you can fail this?
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight!
You suck really bad. Yeah.
My
Yeah,
name
but if
means swiftness.
you wouldn't be here if you sucked
Take
really
my
bad.
power and run as I do.
Because that last fight was pretty tough.
Going too fast!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Just... Hup, heep. You. Here. Hup. Here. Heep.
Let's spark things up a little.
Heep. Hup. Hup. Heep. Hup. Hup.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Heep. 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 Heep.
This isn't good.
Surrender, little Legion.
Heep. 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 Heep.
Let me ramp up the the damage that these guys are outputting.
Blitz. Try not to enjoy this too much.
begin!
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
Go, Barbara, go!
No, not really. I like that as a combat, like the idea of
the interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
That's one of the things that, from a game point of view, though, has been so opposite that they have these awesome designs, but the difficulty balance from one combat to the next is just so far out of whack.
It's working! We just need
It's
to
worse
keep
than the
this up.
sound balance in most games, where it goes from whisper to shouting, and then whisper to shouting, and occasionally the right volume. Conceptually, it's great, and visually, it's it's amazing. Being out there on that platform, having the portal into a big god out in the sea, and then you got the Adepti up on the ballistas shooting at it. Like it just, like the whole thing is great.
Be careful now.
Except we just came out of a
Guizhong
really tough
Ballista
fight.
is
and that
destroyed.
was-
Without its covering
like you said,
fire,
you could do it with your eyes
retaliation
closed
shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Just gonna drop it on it. Yeah, I need to kill a god, smash it with a huge floating sky palace.
Is it finally over?
Well, we found out Rex Lapis isn't dead, so why didn't he come and join the fight?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations.
Nope.
Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
Yes, she is.
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebearers, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
We're all on the same side here.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
When there is discord between the Guardians and those who were meant to defend, harmony becomes very difficult to restore.
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
This is what we learned in the City of Freedom.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Why not?
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
They've listened to what the people said, and they're trying to understand things from their perspective.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror of Demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh?
You can say that again? I'd click it, except you'd say it again.
Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing. Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own, so Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death, too?
Even completed,
doesn't get it.
derailed.
But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where... Young Lee's gone. Let's ask... For him at Wangshem Funeral Parlor. Go, Barbara, go! Huh. Huh.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
I'm guessing most of the guests that arrive won't actually see what's going on, and they probably won't talk back either.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhang Li isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Or we can cash in that bag of gold we have as well.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui?
Yeah.
Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
Go, Barbara, go!
The key here is consumer psychology.
Jewelry's out of stock, but we have some new items. Ugh. Your cuisine is disgusting.
You don't want to socialize, Vlad? No? No. Okay, just thought I'd check. Man, I'm getting excited for Phoenix Wright. All the flashing.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you! You're also one of the Harbingers?
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
I still have time to take it back.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle. So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
You're a bit smug for getting your butt
I knew
handed
that
to
we
you.
should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you?
When do we get to play with Senora?
Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on.
Wait, Zhongli tricked you?
So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
He took the Gnosis, yeah.
How sanctimonious.
Zhongli is Rex Lapis?
What? So you're the Lord of Geo? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Why did you feign your death?
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Lyric goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. I witnessed the founding of Liyue, together with the Adepti 3,700 years ago. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come, until one drizzly day, As I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You've finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue.
I guess, yeah. Were you satisfied or you had another plan?
That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all put on. Why, you even deserved an encore. The Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city, yet faced with such a crisis, they exerted the greatest amount of restraint. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even tried to understand the heart of the people. And hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract, Signora. She managed to keep everything she knew in strict confidence, far from the eavesdropping ears of her colleague Child, just as I had requested. All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for walking that path with me, Traveler. These things were all a part of my script. The only unforeseen plot twist was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've
No.
practically kept me in the dark.
No one cares about you.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight?
You really embarrassed yourself this
Hey,
time.
haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always call it as you see it?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, Is there anything else you wish to ask me?
What could possibly be worth a gnosis?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
I'm okay with that. Hey Pandolfo, I'm directly responsible for your newfound balloons addiction. Oh good. You started playing S around 2 PM, blinked, and it was 11 PM. And then blinked again, and it was 2 AM? Glad you're enjoying it, dude. It's definitely a just one more match type of game, hey? I'll just do one more map. One more attempt. Oh, one more attempt. That was close. Oh, we got further this time. Okay, one more go. Oh, we did it. Yeah, nice. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let's just have a look at the next one.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
How's the child fight? Second time. Lisa got murdered pretty early in phase 3 in the first attempt, so I just bailed instead of trying to see what it... I probably should have grounded out with Barbara, but it would have been... I don't know if it would have been more painful. Whoops. Are you going to turn it on soon though? Nice. So how are you approaching it? In terms of maps and badges and stuff. I kind of wonder if I'd probably be doing it differently if I wasn't streaming it.
Oh, well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those rumors hit the nail on the head.
So Rex Lapis is really... But they didn't catch the culprit, did they?
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person?
There's two monkey knowledge points you should...
I don't think any of the gossip on the streets you hear from those shady types is worth anything.
Once in Magic,
there's only one real possibility in my mind.
Monkey bucks,
I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui
and
fellow.
One of them's,
youngish, pretty high in rank.
It gives you more
experience. I think they called him Child.
For your monkeys, so you can unlock their stuff
They
sooner.
certainly are very suspicious. Who knows what those greedy, crooked folks...
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to protect you this time.
Yeah, they're pretty early to hit. I think you need 7 monkey bucks to hit them.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
The Fatui did it.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis, too.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god might have been one and the same?
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. Yes, it's very possible indeed. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Oh, that wicked, black-hearted scoundrel. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess to be able to do such things? I have never heard of such a person in all my years.
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like he's about to make an announcement. Let's hear what the Ministry of Civil Affairs has to say first.
Yeah, my push is pretty good. I've been swapping to an 042 cannon because it's got an ability that just kills the Moab. I find it's really good for the very first one because it's super cheap and has long range.
Hear ye all! The Chising's words.
420 sniper. Yeah.
Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Now, let the truth be revealed. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of Liyue to grieve not and to let not their hearts be saddened. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Chising's announcement said.
Yeah, really. I don't know.
So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how this excuse sounds like something they just made up on the spot. Could the Chising already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhongli said that neither they nor the Adepti knew anything. Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands?
You can hit the bullseye this time, Paimon.
Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting has been going on for a while now. Let's go have a look. Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new age of prosperity?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way.
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young. The Liyue Chising always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa.
Dude's like, what?
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Why? Okay, I just don't get the posters. Like, our sister was put in a cube and kidnapped. She's not going to be like Like this lady here is not going to walk around and be like, oh yeah, I saw her eating an apple over there the other day. You know, she's going to be sitting on the mantelpiece at some bad guy, that bad girl's house. Can we talk to any three people? Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's not like our sister's got amnesia and is just walking around and we need to find her.
The cleanup of the premises, managing the crowds as they exit, making an account of the rite. There's much that remains to be done. I didn't miss anything, did I?
In Mondstadt story, she was on a cliff overlooking Storm Terror's lair working with abyss mages. Our sister? When was that? Or the person who kidnapped our sister?
Why, you... Were you just
Never
trying
that
to
hair, how
look
you doing?
cool earlier? Or are you really that selfless?
What? Kaching is making fun of
If you were looking for someone, you could have just told me that in private.
You never asked.
Roping you in was possibly the most masterful move we could have made. I believe that future generations will say so too when our deeds come up for their review.
What's up, Rex?
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking
Coming to
that they'll
terms with the
never
fact
see
that
Rex
January
Lapis
is
again.
already gone.
And here you are looking all
Me
relaxed.
too, dude. You know it's no longer 2020.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal at the Xinyue kiosk.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout.
2020 Part 2,
But
stay
you'd
at
have to
home,
pay out
Bugaloo.
your nose just to stand inside Xinyue kiosk. Are you sure you can afford it?
You're right.
Yeah. 2021 and we
I
went into
do like
lockdown
the
yesterday. What's going on? I do like Mora. Why would Morax like Mora?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by the same rules that mortals do.
Why?
When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to rehearse a little for my new life.
Oh, no wonder. Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of other people's credit.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight, as well as positions, roles, and lives. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could, no matter how many times he descended to be with his people. I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you.
Oh, it was a fine journey.
That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without partings.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed.
Closed?
Yes. The nation has been closed by order of its deity,
Ah.
the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name
Must,
among locals
take
in
after
Inazuma.
the Prime Minister of New Zealand. You know, you go into
Raiden
lockdown,
thinks
you
we've heard that one
close
before.
off your country.
Raiden?
Makes sense.
That is the case.
Good practice.
And since Raiden is also the shogun of the Inazuma Bakufu, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
Yeah, they're COVID free, man. It's a good, you know, it's how it works, right?
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year.
Ah, it was pretty bad last year, Paimon.
Since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When art imitates
When faced
reality.
with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them
You
with
saw
favor.
actual live music with an actual
This
crowd in New
is what
Zealand. Totally
visions
mind-blowing
are.
to see.
Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of a statue of the thousand-armed, hundred-eyed god.
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
Whoa, that's harsh.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these, eternity is nearest unto heaven.
Heaven?
All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Yeah, everything. It's about the trial.
Ah, that was a good one. Failing a divine trial. How they came up with that excuse, I will never know. That said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit was indeed because they received news in secret that Rex Lapis was not dead. I hinted as much to the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard of this particularly convenient Adepti art known as gifting dreams and visions? All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Yeah, what about Child?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people talking on the way. Most of them put the blame for everything on Child.
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti and the Qixing from defeating the ancient god. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment, browbeating the envoys of the Fatui. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all the blame to him and called for his dismissal by now. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for
Hey, that's
Liyue?
exactly what
Kuching is
said.
absolutely right in saying this.
Oh.
Now, though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, and thought as a matter of course that she must have been behind the Qixing's plan to take governing power over Liyue from the hands of the gods and Adepti, could the original person who brought up the idea of seizing power have been... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
That's right. Zhongli, now that you don't have your gnosis, what's going to happen to all the Mora in Teyvat? Since Morax is dead, are they all just gonna disappear? Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent? Will it even continue to work?
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a lengthy period of time, since creating Mora requires the use of the Geo-Archon's power.
This is terrible! We're all about to run out of Mora! The world is coming to an end!
Yes, this is indeed a major issue from a financial
you don't
standpoint.
have to keep printing money. The value
well,
of it just changes.
I
right?
suppose we'll just leave such troublesome matters to the Liyue Qixing to debate.
Then, did you at least set some private funds aside for yourself?
Oh, a private fund. This does seem like a good, logical, common-sense idea. It's a shame.
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think of it at the time. All right, then. Was there anything else you wish to know? No. Well, then. I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. Have patience. I suspect that some serendipity must first come into play.
Quest complete. Hey, we got a thing. No, what did he give us? Hey, I got one of those crown things as well. Where do you find? Where do you see those in your inventory? Oh man. Ah, you got to. Oh, it was a gold one, so I got to swap over to Earth and then do it there. Nuts to him.